Teenagers of Reddit, aged 13 to 18, what do you think defines your generation right now? Trying to be famous. Everybody thinks they can make it big on YouTube or some other platform, but most can't. I completely agree, everyone wants to be famous, even at the cost of others. I've seen people in the emergency room next to their sick family member making TikToks, and it's disturbing. I'm a frequent flyer for severe allergies. Edit. A few people have asked about my allergies. I'm allergic to dairy nuts and seafood and will go into anaphylaxis if I ingest any part of it. And I'm airborne to seafood, so if I'm in the same room as shrimp, I most likely will have to spend a few days in hospital. For fuck's sake, that's horrible. Why are people so caught up on getting rich and famous? Wanna hustle? Go for it. Pick up a project and work on it on the side. But making videos and content has a time and place for everything. They should be spending time with their loved ones, not fucking around for 15 minutes of fame. Because they have this imagination that when you're famous, money will fall from the sky. They don't want to be stuck in some dead-end job. Also, it's an ego thing. I love this quote from Fight Club. We're all being raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars. But we won't, and we're slowly learning that fact, and we're very, very pissed off. It seems like the only thing that's changed is the platform. It used to be about being a famous rock star, actor, or athlete. Now it's YouTuber, influencer, and programmer. Known as famous alone, Madeline Stilwell. Nice quote, but what does it mean? It means most people are famous due to the efforts of multiple people or entities. You could pick pretty much any A-list or B-list celebrity and find they have agents, stylists, social media managers, reporters they talk to, even favorite members of the paparazzi, if there is such a thing. It's very rare for people to become famous by themselves, and even if they do, those same entities listed above flock to them to boost their status. To be honest, teenagers have probably always wanted to be famous and rich. I remember that it was the case about 15 years ago when I was that age. And when my parents were young, it was also the same, only the means and technology have changed. People want fame because it makes them feel accepted and admired. Or notorious, if that is more your thing. Some things never change. Getting caught up with social media, trying to fit in, and then perhaps forgetting about the real essence of life. Without a direction, you feel stuck or unable to do anything. Yeah, dumping social media will do wonders for you, or at least limiting it. Every time I find myself in a Facebook comment section, I feel more disconnected from society. It's like everyone on there is just the worst possible form of themselves. Fake influence? People are making TikToks and claim they are influencers. At my interview practice in high school, the teacher asked one girl what her previous job was. The girl said Instagram influencer. The teacher then said, "I'll put you down as unemployed." I don't know why people get so upset. It's literally exactly what Oprah does in her show. These are the books I'm reading. These are the products I like. If people value your opinion and you can actually move product to the point advertisers want to pay you, then that's obviously worth something. Hell, if you own a building or a bus, companies will pay you to put signs on it. How is that any better than paying someone to sell your product on Instagram? Look at this jerk making all this money because he owns a billboard. That's not even a job. I'm pretty sure Bill Gates would have said he programmed computers and was laughed at, because at the time it wasn't considered a real industry or just a hobby. We are quick to judge the next generation while some of them make serious money from being an influencer, and the social media infrastructure is there for them. Like acting, very few make it, but it doesn't stop the pursuit being a valuable lesson. Just here to see if my 21-year-old ass is still relevant. I'm here because I'm 19 in a few days, so I'm taking this last opportunity to be relevant. 30, and my body grows with my ass. I don't know. probably making shitty memes. I don't think there's been anything significant that I've done as a whole. I can't wait to see what meme the future history books choose to include as a way to illustrate this generation's fascination with the medium. They'll probably just Google meme and use the first thing that comes up, likely a rage comic. A complete lack of social cliques. I find this is something filmmakers are struggling to nail down. We don't have nerds and jocks anymore. It's all kind of blended together. There isn't specific seating arrangements in the cafeteria, and no lunch money stealing physical bullying. Everything's more digital now, so there's really isn't a high school society. Exactly. There's just a bunch of weird kids and a few of them run a meme page to make fun of the principal. I thought my school was the only one. I find it weird there are school meme pages and pages dedicated to relationships and accounts making fun of teachers and principals. At my school, we definitely have social circles, but they're very fluid, and we're pretty much on good terms with everyone. There's a definite popular clique, but they're not popular in the sense that everyone wants to be them. They're just labeled that because they fit in with the narrative of the self-obsessed, makeup-addicted, superficial bitchy girls. They present themselves as so one-sided and dumb when I know they're not. I think they're the only people in my school I would say I genuinely dislike. Basically, we're split into rich girls, the emo and queer group, another group of rich popular girls who are nicer and well-liked, and the several sub-communities of normals. Self-deprecating memes, along with romanticizing mental illness. I'm 18 and know too many 11, 15-year-olds who claim to have a huge list of mental illnesses. They seem to brag about it as if it's a competition for who has the most shittiest life. Not that I'm saying they can't have mental illnesses. It's very possible, but I hope they can learn it's normal to be sad or anxious sometimes, and that it doesn't automatically equal something more. Edit. I slept the day away and woke up to this, oh my god, thank you for the awards. I'm 24, but it still hugs me when I see friends post about anxiety or OCD. I'm not saying they don't have it, but it does bother me when they use it as an excuse. I feel like most people who actually have a disability try not to use it as an excuse. I have multiple disabilities, and the last thing I want to talk about is the multiple disabilities I have. Thank you. I commented something similar earlier, but this sums up even more. I'm 18 also, and it's like, look at me, I'm so depressed. Half the time, just people sharing shit on social media. Yes, it is possible people do have mental illnesses, of course, but there is a reason people actually get diagnosed with these things and don't just go around claiming it themselves. Being both incredibly pessimistic and progressive at the same time, most of us feel like life could end at any moment because of a mixture of depression and news outlets' scare tactics. But at the same time, many people in our generation are incredibly open to and advocating for change. Martin Luther King said, "Even if I knew the world would end tomorrow, I'd still plant my apple tree. Glad to know y'all are holding up an ideal." My favorite thing I ever learned was that Winston Hugh Auden described satire as being both angry and optimistic. You understand these things are awful, but also believe it could be better. Here's the thing. I might be in the minority here, but I don't really want change. I want to go back slightly even. Not like black slaves far back, but back. I feel like we are changing so much that we are losing some things that worked, while still keeping other things that don't. I think we need to step back as a society and figure out what's actually worth changing in the long run. That, and I think we need more stability. The internet moves a million miles an hour. It would be nice if we could at least out the phone down for a slower pace at life.